Take me through that moment. You do the 40-yard dash. You're the fastest man that's ever done it.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it was crazy. Just training, and this is another thing to talk about it, but it's also another thing to do it. So just doing it and being out there in that atmosphere, it was a crazy atmosphere actually there as well. So just being there and doing that, I mean, it was huge.
I know you didn't want there to be a stigma of, hey, I'm just a guy who is fast. So how did you try and combat that?
I mean, shoot, my film kind of did it all for itself. I feel like my film spoke for itself. If you put on the film, you see I run routes. I have contact courage. I embrace hits. I have really good contact balance. I run good routes, agility, all that. So I feel like I'm a complete receiver.
I know when you were going through the draft process, you said Texas had really prepared you because of the playbook. So what were the things that the Longhorns were providing to you that made that process easier?
Yeah, so Sark, even so we had a lot of interviews, and they kind of quiz you on like how much your knowledge is for football. So Sark, just his playbook coming from the NFL, kind of just gave me a head start on what I'm expecting and what I'm going to get in the league.
If you had to compare your game to anybody's, who would it be? Past or present?
Deshaun Jackson. Yeah,
I could see that. All right. Why Deshaun Jackson? Is that your favorite player growing up?
That is. That's been my favorite player since I was like 5, 6. So yeah, just his game is all around aspect. He could change from anywhere on the field. So that's the aspect to do that. I feel like we're similar to that.
After you ran the 40, Patrick Mahomes was commenting on it. I understand you visited with the Chiefs. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was cool. You know, Pat commented on the post, big name right now, so it's huge just to be able to have that. Somebody I obviously watched in football for the past couple of years, so it's huge just to be able to have that.
When you're going through that process, what's the weirdest question you got asked?
Yeah, I never really had no weird questions. Like they never asked. I wasn't one of the ones that got weird questions. I know some people that got some weird questions though.
Like what? What
like,
they try to mess with you guys?
Yeah, they just try to mess with you. I can't say it on here, but they asked some weird questions.
What was the best question you got asked where you're like, perfect, I can answer this?
Anything that involved football, I feel like I was ready for. Like, I mean, everything I was ready for, but football, I feel like I was more prepared just off of what Sark kind of gave us. So I was excited just to be able to show what I know.
Let's go through where you're projected in the draft and run through those teams. Okay. I'll say their name. You say if you talk to them, all right?
Yep.
The Rams.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was cool. Talking to the Rams, you know, they got a lot of history with they just won the Super Bowl not too long ago, probably 2-3 years ago. So that's huge.
How about the Raiders?
Yeah, I talked to them a few times. So I actually have a call with them this week coming up. Okay. So just Devontae Adams being down the street. So that's huge for me too as well. Just having somebody in my corner and having vets that I can also learn off of.
What's that moment going to be like for you come draft day when you finally hear your name called?
Oh man, I don't know. We just gonna see come draft day. I really don't even know. I'm trying to plan it out in my head, but I really couldn't even tell you.
What do you think it's gonna mean to your family, this community, everyone that's helped you along the way?
Right, I feel like it's just gonna be a big boost to the community. You know, a lot of people in Fresno really don't come out of Fresno, so just being able to be that one person and another person to come out of Fresno, especially Central's been producing a lot, so I feel like that's gonna put Fresno on the map.
And last question, what's that moment going to be like just entering the league, knowing, hey, I did this?
I feel like it's going to be a stepping stool for me, but also job not done. I feel like my main goal was to be successful in the league and produce in the league. So once I get there, it's amazing, but just produce in the league.
Actually, one more question. When are we going to see you drafted? Do you know?
I don't.
First round?
That's the goal.
Awesome. Thank you for the time. We appreciate it.